Are we connecting? Do we really care? That's what all people want to know. They don't want to know how much you know. They want to know how much you care. You've heard that 100 times, but what does it take to become that caring person? What does it take to become a compassionate person? That you're on the same side. We just had a managers meeting, so Tracy, I don't know if all colleges are doing this or not, but we're following suit. You know, and some of the toughest conversations are the ones that managers have with their employees. And so wouldn't it be a breath of fresh air if we adhere to Maslow's law that the basic needs of a human being is that they have to have their physical and safety needs met. They have to feel safe. And when they're with you and when they leave. You know, not afterwards, they don't want to hear about it and, you know, somebody else's way of explaining something. But they want to know that you're on their side, that you have the same goal. Okay, so compassion is like coaching from the heart, not from the head. And somebody else said that this morning. I think it was in Crucial Conversations. Larry said it. So coaching is about being interested in the other person enough to deal with them heart to heart. You want to have clarity. You want to know what it is. So that's when it's like we're quiet and they're doing the talking so that I can understand the specific facts. Somebody else said that this morning. Just stick to the facts, ma'am, that's all, right? So you're kind of filtering what the facts are and how specific you can be. Someone else said that about curiosity. Curiosity, refraining from judging the situation or anything else because there's always another side. And we don't know that side yet. And that's when you're having this conversation back and forth. Now, this is the situation. It was just like, well, Larry laid it out, or it lays it out in that book, and something maybe we all know to do, but you know, it takes time to do that. Tell me your side. This is what the problem and the situation is stated. Then listen to their side. And then when you reflect back or do active listening, you're coming up with, what do you think we need to do about this? How can we go about solving this where it's not an issue anymore? And then setting the measurements and the time dates where you are going to check back. Because somebody, again, said this, people don't respect what you say, they respect what you inspect, right? So as a good boss, manager, leader, HR person, that's what we want to do. We want to inspect. 30 to 60 days from now, let's visit about this and let's see how you're doing. Or just ask them, how are you doing? Okay? Curiosity rather than judgmental. Confirmation of the conversation you're having, just restating it so that, just like Morgan said, did I get that? This is what I got. Here's what I'm saying. And then, of course, the commitment to the agreement. This is what we're going to do. We are going to approach your suite mate, your office mate in this manner, and we're going to just set some boundaries, and if everyone adheres to those boundaries, then I think we have a working situation, and you can ask them, how about we just try this for 30 days, and when you go in, this is, you know, the way you act is going to be pleasant, and no matter what they say, you're going to think about just being their friend for the day and see how that goes. Just committing to the agreement. We talked a little bit about the open-ended questions, and so again, we said talking about active listening and about the what and how will help you create open-ended questions. It helps you gather information, and you just have a natural flow about it. And then somebody said it again this morning, can you tell me more? Well, tell me more about that. You know, get the facts. Don't hurry. Don't make them feel like they're an imposition. People are not an imposition. They're a gift. That's one, okay. So the crux of this whole thing is, who are we becoming? Yes, we want to be there for the other person. We want to be able for them to think different thoughts, go about life in a different way, go about their work in a different way. But yet at the same time, and I'm pretty sure Larry alluded to this, it changes us. It changes us. And that's the only person we can change. Now, you know, sometimes it's disappointing if a conversation doesn't go just right, or that person fails, or, you know, in keeping their agreement 30 days down the road or 60 days down the road. But you still have to have faith in mankind and know that, you know, those decisions were up to them. You cannot control somebody else's decisions. You can only control yours. So are we becoming more compassionate? Are we trying to be able to see with more clarity, with more commitment to who we want to be, and more committed to the process of learning and becoming more? And then our clarity of purpose. There's a little handout that we're going to talk about here in a minute. And all this came about from Everybody Needs a Coach. This is a motto of Strength Quest. I need a coach. Dr. Hubbard needs a coach. My friends need a coach. And what is a coach? It's a listening ear, somebody that can help them process what the situation or the task is at hand. So we had a speaker named Randy Anderson come and speak to the managers first, and he talked about situational and transformational leadership. And part of that, one person went away with coming up with 5 questions where they could have one-on-ones with their employees. And a one-on-one was basically, you know, you can't just walk into somebody's life and barge in, just like, you know, in a house. You have to build rapport. You have to build the friendship and the relationship. So the one-on-one is a way for supervisors, and even if you don't need it, maybe you know somebody who does and could pass it on. It's not copyrighted. It's just a one-on-one coaching session. And Amy Clone was a person at the time that really went away from the managers meeting with actually implementing a one-on-one. And so those papers are in front of you. So we're going to go through that, and that's going to be our breakup session. So what we're going to do is you're going to find a partner, and you're going to go through those questions and ask each other those questions, and then after you're done, go ahead and switch. And do you have any questions on it? Do you have more? You need one? Yes. Okay, we have plenty of up here. Sorry about that. Okay, any questions on what you're supposed to do for your activity? More?
Thank you.
Okay, all right. So, what have you accomplished since we last met? What are you currently working on? And this is where you want to make sure that they feel safe. It's not an interrogation. It is a conversation. I'm partnering with you. I'm on your side. I'm here to help. How can I help you? Okay? So, if we don't have questions, then we're going to go. Larry.
Like the last position why.
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. The position why is, why are you in the position that you're in? And this is a technique from Inside Track, is that we all have a why. Why is it we go to work? Why is it we have the job that we have? What is it that motivates you? What is it that lights a fire under you? What is it? Is it the students? Is it the way you're affecting people? Is it the people you work with? So what is the why? What is the burning question of if somebody said, why do you do what you do? Do you know? If you don't, when you fill it out and think about it, you'll become more self-aware. So there we go. Does that help?
Yes.
All right. And that brings me to the end of our coaching elements. Thank you.